I am contractually not obligated to be here, but I'm here just for the fun of the game.
Not
This is
contracted.
this is classic Terrace moments right here. I'm just here to have fun. I'll be so honest with you. Newcastle just guys, they subbed off Isak with 30 minutes to go, bro. Like
that was the ultimate piss take. All of
that
us.
was the ultimate like raising the middle finger to Arsenal. Yeah, like it was just honestly, bro. This is the funniest game ever today. Like I did a watch along, right? And in my mind, I'm saying maybe Arsenal win 1-0 today, 2-1. Keep it interesting for St. James's Park. And probably Newcastle fans take a 2-1 loss, you know, and they say we bring you back to St. James's Park and we slap you up. But today, guys, this was embarrassing. I'll be honest with you. This is 100% some of the most embarrassing thing I've ever seen in my whole life. It's just watching. And by the way, before any of the Arsenal fans speak, Saka was injured. Bruno Gomes was injured. Your best players out. Their best players out. So we don't want to hear no excuses. There was no robbed topics today. There is nothing referee related. There is nothing to complain about when it comes to the referee. Absolutely zilch to complain about. Just to all the Germans watching us. Big up Germany. There's nothing to complain about. You get me? Nada. Big up Spain. There's nothing.
The only thing we've ever been robbed of, Hussam, is a proper manager at this football club. That's it.
And you know, they're robbing me off right now, my chance to speak. So big up to you, Brandon. Anyway, as I was saying, you got me about Arsenal. Guys, Arsenal's forward line is the most confused forward line I have seen, like for a real long time. I just don't understand. I just don't get it. Joe Linton looked like Zidane out here. Zidane, you know, like I was watching like Zizou, just Joe Linton. Yeah, that's what I felt like I was watching.
We looked like prime Juve.
This is unbelievable.
We look like 90s. We look like 90s.
Exactly. Congratulations to you, Steve. And to Toon Tactics and to Mama Flossie, who's a long-time member as well of the Terrace, who supports Newcastle. Big up all Newcastle fans. There's a very important question. I want to ask everyone on the panel. I want to ask everyone in the chat as well. What is your prediction for the Liverpool-Newcastle final? Because this is all over, guys. This is all over. Stop lying to each other. You've had one shot on target at St. James's Park in 2 years. 2 years you've had one shot on target, and now you're expected to score 3 goals.
You are risking the football gods here. You're risking the football gods.
Fucking the football gods. There is nothing the football. Okay, let me say this. Since I put me full screen, how about that? I'm gonna guarantee something right now. I'm gonna guarantee something. Fuck the football gods. The football gods do not exist. Liverpool are slapping Tottenham Hotspur, and if we don't slap them up tomorrow, we're slapping them up at Anfield. Newcastle, see you at Wembley. See you at Wembley. Guaranteeing right now, Spurs don't eliminate us. Guaranteed. Clip it. Send it everywhere. Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, every application you have. We're going to the final, Habibis. See you at Wembley. See you at Wembley.
Go ahead, Terry. You better clip that.
KJ's already done it, baby. KJ's already done it.
Let me just add to what Assam said. Just a couple of points. I'm not going to summarize this game. And for every Arsenal fan in the chat, you remember my take on straight facts when I told Terry that Arsenal don't have the kahunas other than Bukayo Saka. You guys need a personality, and you don't have any personality. Newcastle have Gordon, who's a personality on the pitch. They have Isak, who's a personality on the pitch. They have Joao Linton, who's a personality. Tonali. These players, and people misunderstand when I say kahunas. Kahunas means a guy that will absolutely be the guy on the pitch that will say, this is my game. Today, Isak, between the defenders, he's asking for the ball and asking his teammates to trust him. Anthony Gordon as well. Arsenal, to be honest, apart from Bukayo Saka, you guys have nobody. You guys are a very nice team. I know that you have the dark arts and the fouls and everything, but I'm talking about a personality in football. Carvich is not it in terms of personality in football. Martinelli is not it. Trossard is not it. Declan Rice is not the guy. And Martin Odegaard, as much as he's a very, very good player, is not that guy that will lead the team from 1-0 or 2-0 down to go in the game and win the game for Arsenal Football Club. The only guy that you guys had is Bukayo Saka. Isak is that guy. Gordon, I said, is that guy. Arsenal fans, they demanded this. They demanded someone with a personality, will ask for the ball all the time, making things happen. You guys are too nice of a team without Bukayo Saka. Too nice. Newcastle, we're playing today with heart, with swagger, with every bit of like, we're winning this game. We're not losing at the Emirates. They didn't care if it was at the Emirates, St. James's Park. You felt that Newcastle were stepping on the pitch, not thinking that they are an inferior team. Arsenal, after 1 or 2 goals, you created, by the way, 4 XG, guys. 23 shots and Arsenal failed to score. This is not a creativity problem.
By the way.
This is not a creativity problem, Brandon. This is the personality and a swagger problem in football. Some players are just these players. You just see that guy and say, this is the guy. This is the guy that is get me out of trouble. You don't have that guy without Saka. And that is on the manager. You can say on the manager. But that is my take on this game. It has nothing to do with tactics. It has nothing to do with... Bro, this is all about Arsenal going out and getting someone that will make a difference when you need them. And you don't have that guy without Saka. You don't.
Don't worry though. We got Raheem Madrid. We got Raheem Madrid.
Exactly, Brandon. You went out and signed Raheem. You kept Martinelli, assuming that he's gonna go back to the form. Arsenal don't have that guy. Very simple.
Just to add to your point, Judge Mo. Just to add to your point, you asked where the personalities are. He's got rid of them. Yeah. Aubameyang was the last personality. Aubameyang was the personality that they had, and he couldn't deal with him. He got rid of him and didn't go out and actually go and replace a personality like that. Because Aubameyang, whether you like him or not, the guy was someone who, when Arsenal were in trouble, the last trophy that they won, guess what? Aubameyang was literally centerpiece of that FA Cup win, right? In the semi-finals against City, in the final against Chelsea. He was the one that was the one carrying them. And you just mentioned it. Listen, I'm going to be very honest with you, man. When this game started, I predicted 2-0 to Newcastle, to my friend, who's an Arsenal fan. And I told him 2-0, and he said, yo, what are you talking about? I'm like, bro, watch the last few games. Even the game where they won against Brentford, against Ipswich, the draw against Brighton. Look at the way this team plays without Saka, man. It's night and day. And the thing with Newcastle is, Newcastle don't have like a Saka. They have so many players who can just pick up that game up by the scruff of their neck. They have Isaac, who's the most form player in the league right now. Right? They've got Gordon in there. They've got players like, look at Tonali today in that midfield, completely dominated that midfield alongside Joelinton today, right? And I was sitting there saying this. And that's why when the goals were going in, I just sat there, I was like, bro, I'm not even surprised. Even the stats don't lie. They have 23 shots and only 3 on target. 3 out of 23.
Can I ask you a question?
Think about it for 1 second. And let me remind you all that Newcastle United only has 7 shots and they had 4 on target. That is
the lack of clinical edges. I want to ask you a question though, Omar. Are you suggesting that the likes of Guendouzi and the likes of Aubameyang should have stayed, or is it been poor recruitment replacing them?
Both. I'll be honest, both. If you're gonna get rid of Aubameyang and Guendouzi because you feel that they're problematic, go out there and actually get players who you know can do their job and be less problematic. That's the problem with Arteta. This is why Arteta has to take. This is why, if you look at a lot of people who are Arteta out, I completely empathize and I understand it, because at the end of the day, you made the choice to get rid of these players. That's fine. You want to get rid of these players. That's fine. But here's the thing: you have to replace these players when you get rid of them. You understand what I'm saying? Like even Pep Guardiola, who was somebody who didn't like players with personalities either, he was someone that went out to replace players.
No, but they have personalities, Omar. They have Kevin De Bruyne. They have.
No. Okay, so here's the point.
I remember Bernardo Silva dribbled the whole Liverpool team without fear.
I'm not saying that. No. The point I'm using is this. The point I'm using is this. Someone like Ibrahimovic, who is too much of a personality. I'm not talking about someone like De Bruyne. I know De Bruyne is someone who, yes, right, he has personality, but he's someone who can be coachable, right? The thing with Aubameyang is this. Aubameyang came to my club after he left Arsenal. The guy came to my club for 6 months, and in that 6 months, he is the sole reason why we went from finishing challenging top 4.
I understand that point. What I would say that I think replacing them, you've got a point. That what I was saying about keeping the two of them. Where are Aubameyang and Guendouzi now? I don't think they're playing for teams of.
They shouldn't have kept them, Terry.
Don't do that, Terry.
Guendouzi, hold on, Terry.
Don't do that, Terry.
For Lazio, and it's a French international.
Yeah.
And Aubameyang.
No, I'm asking the question. I'm asking the question. I'm not making a statement.
No, that's why I'm answering.
Guendouzi's at Lazio.
Aubameyang, by the way, was at Marseille.
Everyone slow down. It's too many voices. I'm trying to ask a question. How is he doing at Lazio?
Very good.
He is. Yeah, I'm trying to ask that.
He's one of my favorite players.
And where's Aubameyang now?
Aubameyang is in but before that, but by the way, Terry, before that, he was at Marseille, and he had how many goals?
30.
A lot of goals last season.
You see what I'm saying, right? They have not gone out to replace players of this quality. Now, whether you think these guys were too problematic at Arsenal and they were causing trouble in the dressing room and all of that, that's fine. See, the problem is this, Terry, right? If you decide to get rid of these players, you better make sure that you buy players who can directly replace what these players are bringing. Why didn't they go out and actually get a 20-goal-a-season striker or 20-goal-a-season forward? Right? That is the one thing that this Arsenal team has been missing for the past few seasons. But every single time when it comes to Arsenal fans, when they defend Arteta, what they always say is, we're going to share the goals. The fact of the matter is this. If you're serious of trying to win the league, you need to go out and actually get a 20-goal-a-season striker. Ask anybody here who supports a team that wins trophies, wins league titles. You have 1 or 2 players in that team who you know will guarantee you 20 goals a season. I'm a La Liga fan. I'm a Barca fan. I have Lewandowski in my team. He may not be the best players all the time, but the guy at least puts in 20 goals at least every season.
Yeah, I hear you on that. I hear you on that. Just in interest of time, guys. Sorry. Just in interest of time, I just want to ask. I want to ask a question because I'm intrigued by that point. And then once you've answered it, we're going to move on to some other points and other people to speak. So Guendouzi, his last season for Arsenal was in 1920, right? Unless I'm mistaken. I'm just looking here. I want to know what we're saying to this here. So we're saying the likes of Thomas Partey and the likes of Declan Rice are not as good as Guendouzi.
Guendouzi is better than Jorginho.
This is where you're missing the point. And this is
I'm trying to understand the point.
So this is how you know that this whole point about personalities, can be backed up with factual evidence, because as these guys were pointing out, the personalities that we had in the team, or the toxic negative squad, as some top gooners like to call it, right? Mm-hmm. Them players, you need personalities to win trophies, right? I think we all agree on that. Teams that don't have players with personalities in there don't tend to win trophies, right? So you need personalities. Arteta has replaced all these players with the personalities that we just spoke on, and he hasn't won fuck all since. So,
and that's the point I was trying to make.
I understand that. So when I'm asking if they're better or worse, let's include ability, personality, everything. So what I'm getting from you, Brandon, and what I'm getting from you, Omar, is the likes of Guendouzi overall are better than the Declan Rices, the Parteys, the Jorginhos. That's what we're saying.
Okay. So let me first okay. So Terry, I need to make sure I make this very clear, right?
Yes.
Guendouzi is one where I can say, okay, when I look at Arsenal midfield, I don't think losing Guendouzi was that much of a loss compared to losing Aubameyang. Aubameyang is the one where I'm looking at and saying, okay, this one is the one where you genuinely screwed up, because you went out there, decided to follow your heart and then get rid of this guy for free, right? But since you've basically got rid of him, you have not gotten one player in the team that's been able to do what he does. And the last time you won a trophy, you had a player like him in the team.
In terms of a goal scorer, listen, I agree with you on that. I want to go to some of the comments. Sorry, Matt, I've got to go to some of the audience here. I'll be back to you guys in a second.